Hey everyone, this is Saito and welcome to my Shorekeeper guide. In this video I will tell you everything about her, so let's just get right into it. Okay, so I want to explain her kit very quickly because I already made a guide about her, like one day before she got released, so I don't really wanna do all of that stuff over again. Like if you saw that video, then you already know basically what she does, but this is just a recap because, you know, it's her guide. So all you really need to know is that other than just being a healer, she also is a very powerful support and also summons a lot of butterflies that will deal damage to the enemies. That's pretty much about it. So if you do your intro skill, you will summon a lot of butterflies. If you do the skill, you will summon some butterflies. If you do 4 normal attacks and do a heavy attack, you will summon some more butterflies. If you hold the heavy attack, you will become a butterfly. And if you do the outro skill, you will summon 2 butterflies. Okay, so just to give a real recap, when you do the skill, you will just summon 5 butterflies and heal HP for all of your party members. Like you will heal a good amount of HP, and that's pretty much about it. This is like the most basic thing a healer should have, and of course she has it, but she also summons some butterflies just to deal some damage. The Forte is also very simple. When you do your normal attacks, you will get some stacks of empirical data and also collapsed cores. They don't really do anything until you do the heavy attack. In that case, they will all become some projectiles and deal more damage. It's honestly just insane how strong it is. It will summon a domain, and when you are inside it, you will gain some HP, of course, and also both of your crit rate and the crit damage will be increased, but not immediately because it has 3 states. In the first state, it will just increase your HP and that's it. The next state will also increase your crit rate, and the third state will also increase your crit damage. And you can level up the domain every time you do an intro skill. So the moment that you do it, if you just switch back to another character and they do an intro skill, you will already have a level 2 domain. Do it another time and you will get a plus both crit rate and crit damage. And that's not all, because when you do the intro skill of the Shorekeeper while the domain is on the field, she will just summon a fucking nuke. I'm not even joking, she literally drops a nuke. And if you're worried you won't be able to trigger up to 3 intro skills during the same time, this shit will last for up to 30 seconds, which is a lot of time, unless you make it blow up by using the intro skill, but that's up to you. So yeah, as you can see, this is a healer that can increase your crit and can also deal a lot of damage by just sending butterflies and making shit blow up. Okay, for the weapons, as you can see, I've got the Stellar Symphony. It's insane how powerful it is, and especially how strong it is on the Shorekeeper, because it does so much stuff. It buffs your character's attack, it restores some concerto energy after using the elaboration, and it also increases your energy regen by up to 77% when it's at level 90, without even considering the 12% HP bonus. This weapon is insanely powerful on any healer you're gonna ever play, and it's especially very powerful for a character that relies on energy regen. So if you have the astrites, go pull for this stuff, because remember that there is no 50-50, so just go get it. But in case you don't want to, then you can try the Comet Flare, because it increases your HP by a lot and also your healing bonus. Another option would be the Rectifier of Voyager, which is pretty good because, as you can see here, there is more energy regen as the main stat, and it also restores your energy after you use your skill. But you have to remember that this weapon doesn't have a lot of energy regen even after you get it to level 90. Both the effect and the main stat are miserable compared to this one. And I mean, it's also normal because, you know, a 5-star versus a 3-star, I get it. And the last one you can try is the variation, which increases your concerto energy by 8 after you use the skill. So it's basically the Rectifier of Voyager, but this time you increase your concerto energy instead of your normal energy. But again, they don't give you a lot of energy regen, which will force you to put more energy regen in your echoes and will make you have less HP. And the Stellar Symphony also increases a lot of attack, increases your HP, and also the concerto energy. So if you want my tip, just go get this weapon. I'm sure in these 44 days you will still have a lot of time to farm for Camellya, so don't worry, just pull for this stuff. Okay, so for the echoes, as you can see, the situation is tragic. I still didn't even unlock the Black Shores because I just opened the game, and I still didn't get the new echo, which is the Fallacy of No Return. And let me tell you, that echo is probably the best one in the game by far. Now, just because we have to be meta, I will just say that you should always use the tap effect, so you get to deal some damage, and you will also get your energy regen increased by 10%, and all of your teammates' attack will also be increased by 10%. And this buff will also last for 20 seconds, which is a lot. Anyway, if you don't have it, you can also use the Bellborn Geocelon. An even better one would be the Impermanence Heron, because it also increases the attack of your characters, and it just makes more sense. But if you want even more protection, you can just use the Bellborn, because it makes you more defensive and it also increases your damage. The best set is by far the Rejuvenating Glow, because it increases the attack of all of your party members by 15% for 30 seconds, but if you really don't have it, then you can use the the moonlit clouds, but the rejuvenating glow is much better simply because it's made for healers. Also for the main stats, for the 4 cost always go for healing bonus, or if you don't have it, do HP, also because this will make the echo deal even more damage. For the 3 cost it really depends, because the cap of the energy regen that she can have is 250. I mean, she can also get more than that, but it doesn't really do anything. Like the maximum amount of crit bonus that you get when you use the liberation can be obtained once you have 250% energy regen. So if you reach that cap, then always go for HP. For the 1 cost always go for HP of course, and for the substats you should always aim for energy regen and then HP. Then a fun substat would be crit damage, because then the nuke will deal even more damage. Now for the Forte Priority, she's probably one of the only characters that really need the intro skill. The reason is very simple, she basically becomes Oppenheimer. Like, I'm not even joking, she literally releases a nuke on the whole field, it's crazy. But you can do this only if there is your resonance liberation on the field, and doing this intro skill will make the current domain end on the spot. So you should do this once the rotation is basically over, because otherwise you will have less time with the healing and the crit bonus. As you can see, it deals a lot of damage even at just level 1, and it also heals your characters, so it's very nice. Also, the normal skill just summons more butterflies, so that's pretty much about it. Another thing that you should upgrade on the spot of course is the resonance liberation, because it increases your healing by a lot, and that's pretty much about it. Luckily you don't need your level to increase the crit rate and the crit damage, so don't worry, like even at level 1 you will get the crit buffs, but you also need the heals, because you know she's supposed to be a healer. Then you should upgrade the skill, because the skill heals you by a lot, and something that is even more important is that when you use the skill you will summon some dim star butterflies, and if you go check the Forte you will summon the flare star butterflies, so you have to increase both of these. And then you should upgrade the Forte circuit, because it increases a lot of damage for the collapse cores, the flare star butterflies, and also her heavy attack, so that is very nice. And lastly there is the normal attack, which doesn't do basically anything, so you should upgrade all 4 of these. But if you want a priority, go intro skill, after resonance liberation, after skill, after Forte. As for the special abilities, this one just lets you live after you're dead, so if you took a fatal hit she will lose half of her HP and your character will be healed by that half. And yes, as you can imagine, this is completely broken, but this can happen only every 10 minutes, so just once every rotation. This other one is also very nice, because it increases her energy regen by 10% when she's inside her own resonance liberation, and if there is Rover in particular, also Rover will increase its own energy regen by 10%. I thought at first that she increases her own energy regen by another 10%, but it's just Rover. As for these other things, you know, just HP and healing bonus, go get this if you want, these are very nice. As for the teams, she doesn't have one, or better yet, she has all of them. Like, this character can be placed in every single team, like it doesn't matter, it is a character that you can play everywhere. Personally, my favorite team is the one with Changli, so I can do like Changli, quick swap with Chixia, and then Shorekeeper, but this is just one of them. Like, you know that in all of my videos I always go like, do the main DPS, the sub DPS, and the healer. She's the healer, and she will be the healer for I don't know how long, but a lot of time. So like, just pick a generic main DPS, pick this guy, a generic sub DPS, I don't know, you can do Yang, and then the healer, and that's it. This is another team. Unfortunately, something I've noticed about this game is that because of the lack of elements, or better yet, of elemental reactions, the problem is that there are many roles who are just monopolized by some characters, like the Shorekeeper, which will be a healer for all the time, and the sub DPS is Jazzy, or whatever you have to pronounce it. So that is pretty annoying, that you will always have to switch around the same teams, because the effects are always kind of the same. But yeah, just pick any characters and then add the Shorekeeper as the healer and you're good to go. Also, an interesting team will be one with Danjin, because she's a character that always goes at low HP, so maybe you can do this one. I don't know which sub DPS she works with, and you can just put the Shorekeeper, so in case she dies she just gets revived, and that's pretty much about it. Okay, so for the best Wavebands, it's insane how strong some of these are, especially for example the first one. It's crazy. These are all buffs that will apply to her resonance liberation. So first of all, the timer will be extended to 40 seconds. The range of the domain will be extended by 150%, and if you do the nuke, it will not disappear disappear. So it's basically insane. You will always be able to use all of your rotations and just fighting while always having the liberation on the field. It's insane. You always have that liberation. And the second one is somehow even better. You just get a 40% attack bonus and that's it. It's insane. So now she can buff your crit, your attack, and also heals you. The third one is, again, crazy powerful. When you use the liberation always, you will gain 20 concerto energy, which is the energy that you need to do an intro skill, and just makes her even faster. Now these two aren't that powerful, honestly. Like, this one makes her heal a bit more. I mean, it's good because 70% is a lot, but I don't really know how much you really need that. Like, I don't think it's worth a waveband, and this one is just ass. Honestly, it's terrible. Who cares if you get more range of the pulling effect? It's very bad. But this one is just insane. Like, this is the true Oppenheimer. You increase the damage of the intro skill, and the crit damage of a hit that will always be considered a crit hit will be increased by 500%. I swear to god, this is absolutely insane. Lore accurate Shorekeeper, I guess. I didn't even do the story. But yeah, go get the first one, the second one, and the third one if you want. These two are bad, and the last one is very fun if you want to be a whale, but you really just need the first one, second one, and maybe the third one, and that's it. So in conclusion, should you pull for her? Of course you should. Like, you should really pull for her. First of all, because you have like 45 days to save for Camellya, and because the next banner will just be a rerun, so it's not that you're saving for something new, it's just a rerun. And also because this is a character that is not only a healer, but also a buffer and also a damage dealer, and also because I think this will be the strongest healer for like at least 6 versions, I think. But even then, if she will ever be power crept, she will still be an incredibly viable character. Like, she's crazy powerful. Like, in the end, you always know that you really need some healers, because Baizhe is not the only one that you need, especially in some teams where you have to bring a lot of healers, such as the tower, where you have to have like 9 characters, I think. So one more healer is always very powerful. So yeah, if you're gonna miss a healer for towers and all of that stuff, you're in for a rough time. Well, that sums it up for the video. If you enjoyed it, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!